Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. We play arcade, we play computer, we play console, we play handheld. Every game, no game is left behind. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to 1981. We last left off with the Philips Videopac, and this is Jumping Acrobats. After the show, I played the American version on the Magnavox Odyssey 2, P.T. Barnum's, and it had voice, so maybe the European version did not have voice for Jumping Acrobats. So let's press forward and see what our next game is. After Jumping Acrobats, here we are in the arcade, and this is Jungler. Let's check out Jungler in the arcade, starting with the advertisement flyer. This is the Stern advertisement flyer when it was released in North America in the beginning of 1982, but it was originally by Konami in Japan. Snakes alive! I thought I saw a red-tailed serpent. Freaky looking artwork though. Caterpillar is probably not going to appeal to people that are squeamish of insects. I'll shoot your tail off, then I'll ram you? No Stern. That's not the way to go with advertising. The new snaky maze game from Stern. And the back of the advertisement flyer has some more info regarding the game. It's sneaky, all right. The player snake is white and can fire on command by depressing the fire button. The object of the game is to destroy attacking snakes. Opposing snakes randomly fire in an attempt to reduce the length of the player's snake. So it's an interesting take on the snake genre and maze genre combined together. It's a snake eat snake game out there. And there's the example of the arcade cabinet. By Konami, this would be the, again, North American release. No information that we had for the Japanese release, but we'll be playing the first one in 1981. For controls, we can move around with a four-way joystick and fire. And there's the example of the arcade marquee. That pretty much sums up all the artwork. Any other versions, we have the Japanese and the Stern Electronics version. Let's go to Japan and play the release of Jungler, released at some point in 1981 by Konami and eventually published by Stern in North America. Here we go. Oh, great. We get the fantastic artwork all around the outside. So Jungler is a combination of a snake and maze game. Konami pretty much just said, let's blend the two together. As we look at the attract mode, it's breaking down all the points. Got to know what the points are in 1981. And it shows you kind of what we're expecting. It's like a beefed up snake game. Of all the snake games we played, and we have played a lot on the channel, these look like they're ready to attack somebody. Probably because that's what Stern did for the artwork above my head. These look like snakes that are going to beat the crap out of you. All right, let's put a coin in and see what it's like. Ooh, I like that. Sounds good. Let's push start. Got a little ditty. Very nice, Konami. Love it. So I'm the white snake in the middle. I can move between myself, which we've played other snake versions where you can't do that. If you try doing that, you die. And we also can fire. One shot at a time? No, multiple. How many we got? 2 shots at a time? Awesome. So it's me versus the other snakes, and I can only hit the back of the other snake. So as you move around, it's the top-down maze game. Almost looks smaller than Pac-Man. Yeah, it looks like it's a smaller view than Pac-Man. Probably just cram in more snakes, but you see you get behind another snake, and you shoot off pieces of the other snake until you can... Oh, nice. Didn't work that time. One of them just completely destroyed. I don't know how I destroyed the entire snake at once. Maybe they hit the side of my body? So this is an excellent mishmash of games, and this isn't the last one we've seen. The video game industry continues to surprise me, adding little things here and there and mixing things together. And it looks like they're killing themselves. Wait, we got fruit like Pac-Man? They threw strawberries in there, okay. Oh, no. Gotta watch those corners. It did have the option for 2 players, but this one is alternating play. So you can't have a bunch of snakes on the screen, or at least 2 people at a time of snakes on the screen. And then they have this trap at the bottom, which I don't know what that one is. We did double check the controls. Controls are... Oh, wow, not looking good there. Controls are just the 1 button to fire and then move around. And the 4-way joystick makes sense in this area, or the maze design. Did the food actually make me grow longer on the strawberry? Yeah, that trap on the bottom left side, it's killing more of the enemies than I am, and I don't think I'm getting points for it. It looks like, let's see if they, no, they get caught up in it, and then you just lose the points. What I'd like to know is if we get other mazes. So I'm fighting the other enemies, and it looks like they just keep repeating themselves, and it just stays on this map the whole time. We don't go to another one. Let's give another shot of Jungler and see if we can see another map. So starting again on the credit we had before, I did pick up the strawberry, so I wonder if the strawberry is going to allow us to have another fruit and another similar to Pac-Man. Alright, I might have to be a little smarter about this. Nope, not being smart at all. Got caught already. Okay, there we go. In the top right, below credits, they're giving a symbol of... Oh, interesting. Okay, so it looks like the map might change... Oh, very good. There we go. The map might change after you kill so many enemies, because it has heads of snakes in the top of the screen there. Oh, okay, yeah, strawberries do not make me grow any bigger. They must just be there for bonus points. Nope. Nope. I gotta tell you, playing every single video game and going from Pac-Man style games and maze style games, and then also shooter style games like Targ, and then you mix them together with a snake, maze, and shooter all at once, it takes a little bit to get used to. And I don't know if that's because I'm just used to the other games. It's kind of like when we first played Donkey Kong. We only seen one other game that was a platformer that you could jump in with Jump Bug, and then we get to Donkey Kong, and it actually was a little jarring to play a platformer that I could jump. So even though I'm familiar with Donkey Kong, going from game to game to game from the 70s and then playing a platform, it just felt it felt refreshing, but it was also different to get used to. So this one has the same thing. It might be the 4-way joystick as well, but it should work though really well with this maze. Pretty simple to move around. And it only counts if you can shoot the end of them. Oh, let's see if we can get this one. There we go. Okay, so yeah, it's removing the head. So it's possible whenever you finish removing all the heads from the top right corner, then you can move on to the next stage after that. We didn't get the manual for Jungler, right? Yeah, and no manual for this one, either the Stern North American one or in Japan. So I'm not sure if it does different screens or if this is the same one every time. We've yet to see Mrs. Pac-Man that changes the mazes up in Pac-Man. So an arcade game with the same map, I mean, it's pretty typical for 1981. Playing this in the arcade, though, it seems, compared to the other games of 1981, it doesn't have as big of a draw or as amazing as the other ones we've seen before, but we are getting closer. I want to see if we can clear the board and see another screen after this one, or if it's the same maze and the same format every time. Part of me feels like it's going to be the same thing. Oh, here we go. We got another one here. There we go. So it looks like we have 2 down to go to possibly see another screen. This is tight, though. Really tight. Okay, that's it. So we've done it. At least it says from the top right screen. We've cleared this board, but it still has not repeated. I don't know how I got out of that one, but he's destroyed now. Oh, I see. Maybe it's possible that was only the ones in reserve. Oh, okay, we get a Diddy. Nice. And okay, a slight maze. Okay, so it does change it a little bit, but it's Oh wait, no, it's the same target in the bottom left corner. Okay, so yeah, it's a repeater. Pretty typical for 1981. So that was Konami's Jungler. Of all the games we played up to this point, it's cool to have that mashup. So to say it's average, no, it is above average game. Is it one of the best games you could play up to this point, considering everything else we have played? No. So quick overview, if we say the game's broken, we're looking around this range. If we say the game's bad, we're looking around 2 stars, somewhere around here. If the game's average, we're looking about here. If the game's a very good game or excellent game, we're about here. And if it's the best game, considering everything else we played up to this point, we do it here. And this is as being in 1981. So I'm going to say this is a 4-star game. Jungler is above normal, an excellent game, a very good game, but it's not like the best game you could play at the time. All right, so with that, let's see what our next video game is. Awesome. The next game is on the VIC-20. This is the new Commodore in town, but not the best Commodore. Next year, we get the best Commodore in town. This is Jupiter Lander. Let's take a look at the artwork for Jupiter Lander, starting with the box. VIC-20, the friendly computer. They advertised that originally in 1981 because it used cartridge and you could pop in the cartridge and play it easily. But we've seen other home computers that are just as friendly. The TI-99 is a friendly computer, and we've even seen the Coco has cartridges and supposed to be something simple. You don't have to put a lot of commands in. Authentic space landing simulation. Caverns, mountaintops, vertical horizontal thrust, gravity point feature. Try it once and you're hooked. Really? And we flip it over. We don't have the back of the box. So we have the cartridge for us for Jupiter Lander, and anything other one, no, different alternate versions of the cartridge. All right, let's pop in and play Jupiter Lander for the VIC-20, released at some point in 1981, developed by HAL Laboratory. That's right, by HAL. I don't know why. Maybe we should be playing like that and we'd play better. All right, so for VIC Super Lander, what in the world? Instruction says the thrusters are F1, F3, and F5. And then for controls, we move left and right with A and D. That's bizarre. Oh, this is cool. They're doing an attract mode like it's an arcade game. I haven't said go or start anything. It just went right into this like attract mode. So there you go. Yeah, really bizarre controls. I want to try the joystick, so let's give it a shot. I'm going to push F1 to start. So cool. Loving the intros now. Yeah, joystick does not work, and we're going to crash. So keyboard only, fingers ready. It was AD and then F. Yeah, F. There we go, got it. Thrust harder, hard. Oh my gosh. A very amazing lunar lander copy, considering the other ones we've seen. VIC-20 works really well. Where's my fuel? Okay, it's down at the bottom. We got plenty. Burn, 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 burn. Go. Yeah, there we go. And we landed. Lunar Lander on the VIC-20. This is one of the first VIC-20 games that's using the sound of the computer really well. Sound effects and little blips and ditties. The only other one I can think of is Jelly Monster that we played. Oh wait, I want to go big. Hard. Not hard enough. Jelly Monster did a very good recreation of Pac-Man that you could do from home. I don't even think can I even thrust to get over there? Oh wow, yeah. The controls are though tricky using the F1, F3, F5 to thrust. Let's see if we can do that one. There we go. Let's see if we can get all the way over to the 10 side. Oh, this is all my fuel though. I'm done. Can I make it? No. Didn't land. Got the foot right off the side. Too bad. All right, try again. Go. Oh, I see. So the whole time you play, you're using that combined fuel. And then after you run out, then that's it. Yeah, the out of fuel is game over. I gotcha. All right, let's do another shot at... I really enjoy Lunar Lander already, so playing this on the VIC-20 works pretty good. So the F1, F3, F5, and the AD really isn't the best. If they had it with joystick, then it would be a much better game. All right, so let's go over to the 10, see if we can sneak our way all the way to the far side. And they even do the zoom in just like in the arcades. That's pretty good. All right, here we go. Slowly, easy. No, not as hard as it looks. But I knew that was me that messed up that time, not because I wasn't sure of the controls. This is surprisingly smooth for the VIC-20. I'm very impressed. Every time we play a game on a computer that we've seen other games that make you question that it can even play games, you get something that blows your mind. This one's pretty good. We're going to use up all the fuel, though, just going for the 10. Come on, go, go, go. And touchdown. All right. There we go. The one where you dock into the other ships. Do you remember the name of it, Chiptune? Yeah, that sound is very familiar. It's not one I've heard before, but what's funny is, doing the channel playing every game, I've heard sound effects, and music and ditties that I've heard in later games that I'm more familiar with, and then, oh, are we on? Oh no, okay, I wasn't prepared to play for the next one. Oh, Mooncrest, okay. Awesome. All right, so that's Jupiter Lander for the VIC-20. Awesome. For all the games we played up to this point, Lunar Lander isn't new. It's not recreating a formula, but it does play really, really well. So is it average? No. I'd say this is above average. I was going to say 3.5 stars. I might even go... Yeah, because of how well it plays, the sound involved, I'm gonna say 4. No, yeah, I'll say 3.5. If it was joystick, I'd say 4 stars. But oh, ripping off Mooncresta, right? Yeah, there's others. The Jelly Monsters ripping off Pac-Man. That was the most epic one. All right, so we'll say 3.5 stars. If it was joystick, I'd say better than keyboard, but above average for Lunar Lander on the VIC-20. Very nice. So let's see what our next game is. We're now going to the Atari home computer, and this is Kamikaze. Don't have any other information for Kamikaze except a screenshot, so let's just pop it and play. This is Kamikaze, developed by Jeffrey S. MacArthur. Way to go, Jeffrey. Released at some point in 1981. We're plugging our Atari joystick in. That's what we're plugging in, exactly like on the VCS, into the computer, and... No, wait, can we pick the levels? Cool, so pushing the option button on your home computer, you can switch out and pick the level you want to go to, or maybe that's just difficulty. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15... Wow, okay, 16 levels. We'll start on level 1. Looks like this is published by Stargazer Enterprises. And pushing start to play some Kamikaze. Oh, nice. So it's not a Defender clone. I'm not able to move left and right. Okay, so I do have the ability to bomb, fire in front, but that's as far as my shots go. That's it. And we didn't get a manual for this one. It's another one of those games, more difficult to come by. We're now playing the games that are released at some point in 1981, so these are going to be the more rare, harder to come by games. And Kamikaze, we are familiar with this as an arcade game, but this is not based on the arcade. This is based on kind of Defender, or another game we played on the VIC-20 called Guardian, which is just auto-scrolling and shooting. Now, what I'm kind of hoping for, I kind of hope that we can get a power-up and then the gun shoots further, because look at this. Oh, no, wait, it has turbo. I'm holding down the red button on the Atari joystick, and it's auto-firing. One of the first times we've seen an auto-fire game like that. Yeah, it's Scramble Cobra-like. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that'd be a better way to describe it. The auto-scroll. Yeah, when I say Defender, it's usually whenever I see aliens that look like the Defender aliens, but yeah, this is more like Scramble or Cobra. No way. But it's not having anything cool, like the levels look the same, and I'm moving across. I feel like I should be picking... Can I pick those up? No? Okay. I can't tell what's good and what's bad. And I also don't have a fuel gauge, like my time in Super Cobra or Scramble. Oh, okay, you can't pick it up. I feel like one of them should be a power-up I should be picking up. But at this point in 1981, we're still expected to blow up everything. Yeah, everything's an enemy, destroy everything. And a very bizarre control. I'm holding on the red button and it auto-fires, but whenever I move backwards... Whoa, that came on fast. When I move backwards, that's when it drops the bomb. Bizarre. And I don't see what the bomb is for, because I don't drop down to refuel or anything like that. And let me see if I can switch levels. Can we go to different levels? Let's crank it all the way up. Let's go level 13, and starting on that. Alright, so we're playing on level 13. The level looks the same, and the skill looks a smidge harder. Really not that much. That's harder. Go, go, go! At this point in 1981, there's lots of games on the Atari that we have to use our imagination for. And if you're like me playing Atari games, you made up what things were. Like the Donkey Kong was obviously the gingerbread man throwing cookies. That wasn't a monkey throwing barrels. So yes, of course, one of them has to be a breakfast cereal that you're shooting, right? Okay, so the level 13, it's the same world, looks the same, it's just slightly different for difficulty. But there you go, that's Kamikaze. Was really expecting more, but every now and then, yeah, you get a usual. So for the time, it's pretty much average around from everything we've seen. Horizontally scrolling, though, is in. It's hip and cool in 1981. Of all the games we've seen to this point, it's pretty much average. Really good play control. The auto fire is awesome. A rarity that we've seen on the channel. Holding the button and just automatically just keeps firing. That was cool. So I'll say 3 stars for Kamikaze. A very average game in 1981. Yeah, right? or you can imagine those two. All right, after Kamikaze, let's see what our next game is. We're still on the Atari home computer, and this is Kayos. Spelled phonetically for people that pronounced it Chaos, if it's too hard for you. Let's take a look at the box for Kayos, Space War game. For the Atari 400-800. Wait a second, that alien looks really familiar. Where have I seen that alien face before? Is that from Battlestar Galactica? I can't picture where it is. I'm sure someone in the chat is going to tell me where that alien's from. So this is the disc box. If we flip it over to the back, welcome to the world of chaos. Chaos. All ground life has been destroyed. You are under constant attack by deadly forces. How long will you survive? Emphasis on the you. Yes, you can talk now. Welcome. Okay, so Chaos. Never heard of this one. Never heard any game spelled Chaos either. Looks like this one we can use the recorder disk drive, 1 joystick, and then 8K RAM needed for this one. We've seen up to 48K needed for home computers so far on the channel. Oh, so for other artwork we got, front and the back of the box, here's an advertisement flyer, and Chaos is there in the center with the same ad we saw on the back of the box. So this is by Computer Magic. Introducing our exciting new family of video games. And we'll be playing this on the cassette. There's the example of the cassette tape. And we got a manual. Awesome. So this is the Kayos manual. Space War game. It looks like it was marketed very well, but part of me feels it's kind of generic, the way it describes everything. So the first part's the loading instructions. We don't need that. It was on cassette and disc. And then they have on the left side symbols for everything. We got the base, bonus ship. Yeah, what are the points for everything? Attack ships, the mothership. Nice. Okay, so the bonus ships, the more points. Asteroids, anti-war distractor, and bomb. What? The bomb looks almost the same as the anti-war distractor. Okay, so brief history. It's a world of chaos. The place is unknown, all records lost. Asteroid bombardment destroys all life. Computer people left on the planet quickly establish a network of underground base stations to ward off the Chaosians. Every time you take on a mission, you receive 5-star bases, probably 5 lives, and the ability to win an additional base for every 10,000 points. For beginner intermediate, the battle is modified. Okay, so you push the option button in your Atari computer to start as beginner or select to start as intermediate. Normal play is start. Oh, that's interesting. Usually they let you push the option button. If you keep pushing it, it's kind of like the Atari VCS. Then you pick the different difficulty level. After you selected your game level, look for the mothership going across the top of the screen. Hit the mothership with a missile that you fire by pressing the red button on your joystick. The base is controlled by moving the joystick to the left and the right. Oh, is it a left-right shooter, space shooter? You have to avoid attack ships. When the mothership is hit, the bomb is unloaded on you from above. You must avoid the bomb. The bonus ship appears somewhere at the top of the screen immediately. The bonus ship always changes color. It's the most difficult target to hit because it's the most points. I think it was 1,000. Each time they use a base station, Move your joystick to the right to continue the battle. Wait a second, move your joystick to the right. I wonder if that's like Arkanoid. You move to the right and then it goes to the next level. We'll see. And then at the bottom it says, good luck, computer magic. Thanks, computer magic. And thanks for the manual. All right, any other versions we have? Nope, just an alternate version. All right, let's pop in and play what I'm hoping is the disc version. Yes, we're going to play on the disc, even though the cassette's showing on the screen. We're skipping the cassette version, and we're loading the disc of Kayos, released at some point in 1981. Here we go, and it looks like Kayos. All right, so if I push start, which should be the normal mode, we're in. So normal mode's going. I'm moving left and right, and yeah, that's all I got for controls. Yeah, we hit the mothership. Whoa. And... oh, okay. So after the manual told us what's up, the mothership at the top, you have to hit that while avoiding everything else. But it's very distracting. All the missile or all the asteroids coming at you are just background. You don't have to avoid all the chaos of asteroids. So you go hit the mothership and then go for, yeah, there we go. So it's like a quick twitch kind of game. You're dodging things really fast, and you got to get a hit on the mothership at the top. Oh man, yeah, the ships that come flying down are so fast. And then after you hit the mothership, the bonus ship shows up for a brief second and then is gone. Whoa. Yeah, okay, so they gave us a total of 5 lives in the beginning. It's quick too. The way you move left and right is really speedy because, wow, yeah, it's one of those high difficulty space shooters. They want to show off how... I can just imagine the kid with the power glove playing this and being like, yeah, I'm so bad. I'm so good at this game, no one can stop me. Wow. Damn, the flash for the end. Almost like Missile Command. The end. That is Kayos. Kayos. All right, we're going in again. So hit the ship, get the bonus ship, and then move on to the next one, and it's just the same thing over and over again. What I wanted to know was, it said move to the left to see the next round, or we had to hit maybe a total number of different motherships? Oh, tight. I missed it. Majority of the games we play in 1981, it's what you see is what you get, and this is another one of those games. Pretty sure we're not going to get any differences. The manual said we'd see something. Oh, I missed it. This feels like a game that should be played with a paddle instead of the Atari joystick. You'd have much better control, and you'd be able to quickly move in and out. There we go, got it. Wow. Yeah, but it's fast. Okay, that's cool. That's Kayos. That is really fast. So, of all the games we played up to this point, another one that is, I'd say it's... because of the fixed screen, it's still around the average mark. I really wouldn't call it above average, but it is really, really quick. It's not scrolling super fast, if you want to call the asteroid scrolling quickly, but I'll reach out to the chat. Would you consider this, of all the games in 81, an average game, or would you bump it above and say 3.5? Because I really wouldn't want to go any higher than that. I'd say it's still typical for a game you'd play at the time. Lots of video games. I got Chiptune saying 3. Yeah, it's a lot of distractions, but it's meant to be quick. Okay, yeah, 3 again. Yeah, so we'll do average for all the games we played at this point. It's really fun, controls well. Why didn't they do the paddle controls? That would make more sense for that. All right, so after Kayos, another excellently average game for 1981, let's see what our next game is. We're now on the Magnavox Odyssey 2, and this is Keyboard Creations, which is not a video game. It was called Newscast, or Newscaster in Europe, and in North America it was called Keyboard Creations, where essentially you're just typing things. They show up on your screen as a billboard and pass across the screen, and you can change the background and how it lights up, but that's pretty much it. So Keyboard Creations is nothing impressive. It's more of an application. For artwork, all we got is... yeah, the same advertising Magnavox Odyssey 2's done. Very flashy, neon. I love it, but for the game itself, not really. Here you can see the back of the box. It turns your words into a light show that can travel across your TV screen. Oh man, you can even add and put the date. You can say, happy anniversary to your wife. Please, please tell me if you had your husband, because it's got to be your husband, tell you happy anniversary through the Magnavox Odyssey 2 Keyboard Creations. All right, so for this one, we're going to give this one, it's not really a game, so I'm going to give it half a star. It's That's really all you do. There isn't any gameplay to it. I'm not going to do 0 stars because, from what I've heard, it doesn't take as a rating. But we'll do 0.5, just barely there in the broken range. All right, after keyboard creations, let's see what our next game is. We're back on the VIC-20, and this is Kiddie Checkers. Kiddie Checkers, maybe it's just for kids. Let's take a look at the box for Kiddie Checkers. The time-old game of drafts. Oh, it's from England, I guess. Can now be played on the VIC. Ideal for keeping children amused. We're going to come across a game later that's literally called Computer Babysitter or Virtual Babysitter. So you're like, tired of hanging around with those kids? Put them in front of the computer and play this. I don't think Checkers is going to keep entertained very long. We'll see. All right, let's pop in and play some Kiddie Checkers for the VIC-20, released at some point in 1981 by United Microware Industries, or UMI. Okay, this is by Frank LaFranco. Way to go, Frank. Kiddie Checkers. All right, so usually we push F1. Oh, it already started. I didn't do anything. So the game just began. I moved H5 to G4. No way. Okay, so we played lots of chess games that you have to program in the grid what you want the move to be. And this was back in the 70s. And now we're 1981. And this is the very first time we've ever played a checkers game that requires you to put in the coordinates. We've never seen this. This is the very first time. I'm baffled that it's 1981 and this is the first checkers game we've seen like this. Every other checkers game has been things on console or computer that you could move the joystick or move the piece around. But no way. Okay, so if I say what? G2 to F3, it's going to go and move my piece? After a while, oh, it did. Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. This would not keep kids' interest. That's about as long as it would keep kids' interest. For every game we played to this point, 1981, no, we don't want to put coordinates in for a checkers game. Is it broken? No. I'm not going to say it's the broken range, but it's definitely bad. It's a 1.5 star. The lowest of 1.5, maybe even a 1, but it's way down there. Yes, Chronologically Gaming. We weed through all of the bad games to find the best ones. Moving on to our next game. This is K-Razy Shootout for the Atari home computer. Really excited about this one. Heard a lot about this one. Never actually played it myself. This one has another interesting history. As we look at the box is a blend of 2 different boxes, actually. The front of the box is the first release in 1981. If you look down at the bottom, yeah, you can see it's by K-Byte. Kind of hard to see in the middle there. An exciting fast-action game for Atari home computers. And it has a cartridge. That's right. It has cartridge was one of the first things it was released for. And as we flip it over on the back, you can see them showing you how to put the cartridge in your Atari 400 or 800. This is played on the Atari joystick. And take a look at the screenshot. This is a Berserk clone. One of the best from what I've heard. The object of the game is to advance your space commander into the alien control sectors, eliminating the alien forces and escape from the sector. The alien control sectors are created at random, with millions of combinations and barriers and escape routes. So an excellent Berserk clone. But take a look at the different artwork we have for this. The original box looked like this. Then it was released again in 1981 like this, still by K-Byte. And then at some point between 1981 and 1982, it got picked up by CBS. Not CBS, the TV you're thinking of, CBS software. So CBS picked up K-Razy Shootout because of how good the game was, and then they republished it in 1982. So instead of copying 2 games that are exactly the same, we're going to do both at the same time. So this is the CBS K-Razy Shootout as well. So there's the front of the box for CBS's marketing of K-Razy Shootout and the back of the box. But it's all the same. It just tells you whenever we get games like this on Atari, the Atari home computer will have someone programs it, releases it by themselves, self-publishes it, or gets it to another smaller company, and then the smaller company realizes, oh, this game's really good, and they end up selling it or getting it to someone else, and then it gets marketed. And APX did this, the Atari Program Exchange. You get a developer that does something pretty good, and everyone realizes, whoa, this is way too good to just be self-published, or something small. And there's an example of the screenshot for us. So you can see the cartridge. The only cartridge picture I could find was the one by CBS Software. The original was done by K-Byte. And the same thing with the manual. There's 2 different manuals. This is the original manual by K-Byte for K-Razy Shootout. K-Byte, a division of K Enterprises, is highly trained professionals dedicated to the creation and production of the finest software for the personal computer. Hey, personal computer, I like the sound of that. Solid-state cartridge in ROM. Yeah, we love those. So this is written by 3 different people. We got Keith Dreyer, Tori Meter, and Chuck Miller. Way to go. Special thanks to Marcus Watts. Object of the game is to advance your space commander into the alien sectors and eliminate alien forces to escape from the sector. Use your joystick and the Atari joystick to play. Plug it into your... we're going to be playing on the Atari 800. There's the different sectors, which they're going to be creating at random for us. And there's the alien droids. It's manned by simple, unarmed droids that destroy themselves by colliding into barriers. This probably means that if we touch the walls, we'll be electrified, just like Berserk. You have 3 space commanders as you begin. You can lose a commander several ways. If you run into a barrier, you allow him to be hit by enemy fire, or you allow him to become in contact with an alien droid, or in contact with radioactive debris that follows the elimination of him. There it is. Uh-oh, radioactive debris, and your dead commander. This manual is really charming. This works really well, gets the job done, and has lots of color, which is very rare for a home computer video game. So it's showing you the controls. This is more than this is using all the directions of the Atari joystick. So it says that when you hold the button down, you can aim and fire your weapon. Look at that. All different directions. 8 ways. That's sweet. Containing 50 laser rounds of ammunition. And then they have the sector countdown bar. Above the bar above the sector at the top of your television screen is the countdown bar. So it turns right to left. Oh, and that's probably where the... once the alert hits... Then the sectors are, the barriers change, escape routes are changed at random. Oh, okay, it's like the way the rooms are going to change, I guess, if you stay in one place too long. And there's our scores and bonus points and bonus commanders. Classifications and ranks. So cool. Each rank from 5, you sharpen your mental and physical skills, you'll advance in classification and rank. So some of the games we've seen from 1981 do this, where they're making you get harder and harder difficulty levels, but very, very few video games we've seen make it where when you increase your level, then you get something else or a power-up or something new. It's still very, very foreign for the time. And then we got the hint section, just like on the Atari VCS manuals. How do you get better at K-Razy Shootout? And there's the back of the manual for you. All right, so for different versions, yeah, it's just the alternate version. We're going to be playing on the original from 1981, which will be the same as the 1982 version of K-Razy Shootout, released at some point in 1981 for the Atari home computer. There we go, K-Razy Shootout. Press the trigger to play. Loving the font in the beginning. Enter Sector 1. And we're in. So there we go. I am running frantically all over the place. And whenever I hold my button down to fire, yeah. It is one of the best Berserk clones we've played so far. We've already played about 20 Berserk clones. But yeah, this is great. And you can even do this. You can stand still and check out the animation of the shot, just like they said in the manual. And the bar at the top is telling us about the room we're in. What's stopping us from moving to the next room? We haven't had Evil Otto come after us. Or Pepperoni, or whatever you want to call it. He hasn't come after us, so let's go to the next room and see what happens. Is that the exit? Oh, we're back in Sector 1, okay. It didn't press forward to the next round. I wonder why. Because it's just making more enemies show up. Yeah. This is a very well done game. Take a look at the animation of the explosion whenever they blow up. And then the play control of this is fantastic. Being able to shoot in 8 directions is amazing. To program that for the Atari 800 at the time is awesome. So we got time that's going up now, but I fail to see why would I want to stay. Just shoot everybody? We did. Okay, we did it. So we move to the next room? Let's go to the left this time. Oh, there we go. We're in Sector 2. Okay, so now it's going to get harder and harder. We should have some of the aliens shoot us now. Or what did the manual call them? Aliens or robots? Playing something that's so close to Berserk, it makes me just want to call them robots. Thankfully, because of Berserk, I now don't want to touch any walls on a top-down game like this. For any game. Whether it's a clone or not. I really wanted to see what the poisonous gas would look like. The robots can kill themselves when they touch each other? That's great. I'm all for any video game where the enemies can defeat themselves without any user help. There we go, we did it all. So, after we kill them all, move to the left. Sector 3. Oh yeah, nice use of sound going to the next room. Bonus points. You know what else I love about this? There's no evil auto. There's a time limit at the top, but there's no invincible enemy coming after us like in the arcades. Trying to take more quarters from our pockets. And we are getting a little faster enemies. Oh, can I get through there? Yeah, there we go. Oh, and if they reappear though, right in the same spot, that's a little cheap. Oh, no way, they got a little animation. Whenever you die, down at the bottom, the user interface shows you a death animation. That's cool. Oh, that was tight. Yep, yeah, they're getting harder. You gotta think smarter now. If we do it again, with, yeah, oh yeah, they put a lot of love into this game. You really can tell when you play so many games back to back to back, which ones are the ones they spent the most time on. And this is one of them. I wonder if, well, we did see, it was 3 different people. So, not just one developer, and so it shows how much better it is. Just like some of the games we've seen by Adventure International, it's not done just by one person. They have a team of people. Or Epics. Epics is starting to use teams of around 10 to do a game. But that's very, very rare. Do we move on to the next sector? I don't think I killed everybody. Oh, yeah, no, that's it. It's game over. That is pretty cool. So that's K-Razy Shootout. A Berserk clone. Haven't seen Frenzy in the arcades yet, but of all the games we've played up to this point, that is excellent. The one reason I wouldn't say it's possibly not the best game you could play up to this point is just because of substance. How long could you go, or how many rounds could you go with the same formula? And they didn't change up like having a bonus round or power-ups, or it's still the top-down. And so we've seen games that go further than that already in 1981. And so I kind of don't want to go to that range, but I definitely see it as 4 stars. If anyone in the chat has, what would you give one of the best clones of Berserk we've seen up to this point? And we haven't even seen the official one on Atari yet. So I'm willing to say for 1981, 4.5, but that'd be pushing it. Oh, lots of 4s. Okay, yeah. So I'll agree. 4 stars. It's an excellent game. Not really saying it's like one of the best games you could play at the time, though. All right, so that's K-Razy Shootout. Let's see what our next game is. Oh no, hold on to your hats. It's time to go to England and play the Acorn Atom, my arch nemesis. Acorn Atom Acorn originally brought, oh, there he is, by Chris Curry and Herman Hauser. Chris Curry's going to tell us, please don't crash the system, and we'll try our best not to crash the system. Here's the box. It is very generic. This is by Bug Bite in a cassette case tape, like the actual cassette cart. This is the box. Is once you flip this open, then the cassette's inside. By Bug Bite. Pretty generic for the time. It's still one of the first home computers you can have in England, and I don't think we have any other artwork. No, we don't. That's basically it. Here we go. Cross your fingers and your toes. It's another rendition of Will It Crash? Released at some point in 1981, this is Labyrinth. Here we go. First thing we got to do is manually load the tape. And we don't even know if the tape will work correctly or not. All right, so now if we load the tape, we need to run, this one is different. We need to load instructions. How do you load Labyrinth? Oh, no, wait, nope, stop, nope, stop. How did I know it would do that? Every single time, Acorn Adam. Only because this is one of the home computers I actually debated if I even wanted to do it or not, or showcase it on the channel, just because of the emulator, how difficult it is to work with, and the amount of games that are played on it really aren't like the best things in the world. But for the case in point, oh, that's what it was. Thanks. I was spelling it in English. Load. Oh, I know why. The keyboard, you have to go slow. Instruct. One at a time. There we go. Got it. You have to do it one at a time. All right, there we go. All right, here we go. Labyrinth. To play, load the program using, star run, which is not the normal, it is not the normal load command. So not only is this a very difficult emulator and a very difficult computer to play, they're making it even more difficult with the way you load it. So star run Labyrinth. Okay, here we go. Star run. And again, fingers and toes crossed. Play. Does it load? It loads. Oh no, are we on a constant loop of the sound effects in the background? Oh no. Are you an expert with mazes? I want to say no. So what do we need? M for map, L for left, R for right, and numbers. Got it. All right, there's our map. We want to go forward 4 steps. We're facing east. Okay, go back to the map. What about left? Right? Or 2 steps? Okay, so 2 steps. 4 steps. And turn right. Whoa, hello, wait a second. Whoa, 3D maze? No way. Go back to the map. Oh, I'm still in the center. Oh, wait, so, hold on, they start you in... Okay, I see. We're the flashing thing on the left side of the screen. No way, though. It's giving us a 3D maze. It's not like the first time we've seen a 3D maze, but on the Acorn Atom, though, that's pretty cool. So we would do 2 steps forward, and then it redraws from the beginning. Okay, so again, I'll do 2 steps forward. We're facing south, turn left, and then it redraws. Okay, yeah, so it is a 3D maze. Oh, we reached a dead end. Oh, that's great. You know what that means? It's time to quit Labyrinth. I'll wait till we hang out with David Bowie to play Labyrinth again. So Labyrinth is a top-down maze / 3D maze where you try to move yourself around using hints and clues. So it's mildly amusing. I wouldn't say it is a good game, though. I would say it is bad. Now, again, we're not doing an emulation side or how well it runs or how well it was difficult to run for us. It's just the game itself. You're playing with your Acorn Atom, and you have the game that you pop it in, and then you start to play the Labyrinth game. And how fun would that game be? And so it is impressive doing 3D, but I'm still going to say 2 stars. Of all the games we played up to this point, a 3D maze game it depends on how you present it. This one was not presented as well. Oh, wow. Chiptune gave it 1. I could see that, too. All right, that was our trip to England on the Acorn Atom. Let's see what game we're playing next and where we're going next. Okay, we're back in possibly England. This is the Philips Videopac in Europe, and this is Cart 32, a Labyrinth game and Supermind. Let's take a look at the box. 18 game variations. So on the front, looks like robots traveling around the maze, a Labyrinth game, and Supermind. Oh man, another Mind game? Why won't they learn? Don't put those in there. And wait, another Labyrinth game. It can't be like the one we played on Acorn Atom, though. Okay, for artwork, we have back of the box, and then we have the cartridge, which we need to know because this tells us what we put on the membrane, or what we push in on the membrane keyboard. So we got the Labyrinth game. We're pushing 1 and then 9, and then Supermind by pushing A and then B. Okay. Got it. All right, so with that, let's pop it and play Video Cart 32, a Labyrinth game, and Supermind for the Philips Videopac, released at some point in 1981. All right, so it always starts this way. Don't think it's broken. That's just the way it always is on the Philips Videopac. Then on the keyboard, we pushed, was it 0? And yeah, no, 1. 1, and then 9, and that loads the maze. Yes, it is. Okay, we're in. Okay, so I am playing as a square on the left side. And as I move my way around, the walls are ever-changing. We have never seen a maze game like this. If I touch the walls, is it instant death? Let's see. No. Okay, it's not instant death. But you're just trying to make it to the other end. And it's actually reminds me of a game we played in 1978. But the walls didn't change. It was just the idea of let's move from one side of the maze to the other. And there's no penalty. It's just, you know, get there as fast as you can. And you just keep playing, and the maze keeps changing. I like it. It works. It's obviously very simple. There's no dot eating. We're not picking up candy like we are in Jawbreaker or anything like that. But that's it. It's just moving around and getting to the other side of the maze. While everything moves, though, is new. It's new, but it's not something that, like, impressive. Whoa, no way, man. The maze is moving. Yeah, without dots, what's the point? Why do the maze like that? All right, so let's do a reset. If it will reset, there we go. And then the other one was, I believe, A and then B to do the mastermind one. Let's do A and B. Oh, okay. So we don't have the manual for this, right? No, we don't have the manual. So this is another one of those guess the number games, and we've seen where the computer's thinking of a 4-digit number, and then we're supposed to guess the number. We played plenty of versions of this. We're going to play plenty more versions of that. I would say it's not enjoyable. If you play this, if you were, I guess, a math wizard, then you would want to play something like this. But for the most part, no. We'll say the second game is a pass. But a Labyrinth game, it's okay. It's still something, again, that isn't super impressive for the time. And we've seen better for the Philips Videopac. So for all the games we played up to this point, it's still, I'd say, another bad game. Just the Labyrinth game and Supermind, I'm going to say 2 stars. I won't go lower because it has some kind of fun, but it's not even 2-player at the same time. We're not 2 people at the same time moving through the maze. But I'm not the game developer here. I'm just playing the games. All right, so that was the latest Philips Videopac game, a bad game. Let's see what our next video game is. All right, we're in the arcades, and this is Ladybug. The famous Ladybug. So glad to be in the arcades. Let's take a look at the artwork for Ladybug. This is by Universal. First released in Japan. I don't know what they're doing with the artwork there. Ladybug doesn't even look like a bug, and I don't know what is in the bubble. It's like a girl moth and another girl moth. Something's happening. They're picking up... Oh, wait, maybe that's the Ladybug picking up the dots. Collecting the dots. If you have to think surreal way, I guess. With 2 examples of the arcade cabinet, if we flip it over in the back, how do you play Ladybug? By working the lever, players move Ladybug and wipe out all the dots on the course. Yes! Collect the dots. Don't let Ladybug be eaten by the enemy. Predatory insects, Lucanus, Longatorn, Antlion, and Rear Horse. Oh man, they're giving us lore, Ladybug lore with names. Chase the Ladybug around the screen, use the turnstile to allow Ladybug to dodge the enemy. The predatory insects cannot turn the turnstile. When Ladybug hits the skull mark or is eaten by an enemy, it disappears. And when you lose all your Ladybug lives, it's game over. So for points, it's the dot collecting feature, vegetable, and so forth. So I'd really love to know when this was released. Where was this in 81? Because we had Lock and Chase very soon after Pac-Man for the maze, people copying the maze type games. And then in 81, we've seen other maze style games like this. So I want to know where Ladybug would sit on that. We have it marked as at some point in 1981, but it's another taking that formula and let's change it up a little bit. So this is, what was that, 4-way joystick? Yeah, 4-way joystick to move around, just like we had with Jungler. And there's the example of the arcade marquee for Ladybug. Yes, oh, we're going to see the other releases for it too. So the very first time Ladybug has been released, it was first in Japan. And then I believe in the beginning or somewhere between 81 and 82 is whenever it was released in North America. All right, so we have the manual, additional instruction. And there you go. You can see on the instruction manual 82 is whenever it says because, January. So it's possible that it was North America, got 1982 release in North America, but in Japan, it was first. So, no, this is not anything about the game. We got more from the advertisement flyer. That's all technical. Yeah, so that's what I saw possibly for the Japanese release. And there's lots of places you could look, but we're just saying it's at some point in 1981, and there's the different versions we could play on Galaxian hardware or different bootlegs. Here we go, let's go to the arcades and play some Ladybug, released at some point in 1981 by Universal. Or the end of 81 for in Japan. And we got all the artwork. Marquee at the top, artwork around the sides, and even the control panel. Does it? Oh, no way. They even animated the control panel? Yes, definitely. All right, so it even has the control panel with very, very small, hard to see in the bottom, instructions of how to play. All right, let's pop in. Actually, I want to see if we can switch different things out. Let's go with Marquee. Let's turn that off. And then I'll keep the control panel on for the first round. Here we go, putting a coin in and playing some Ladybug. And go. Ladybug isn't even here. The artwork around the outside is like Mothman with amazing glutes. Oh, no, don't touch the skull. So as you work your way around, it's dot collecting, but it's even more charming than that. It doesn't even look like dots. So can't touch the skull. And then we get our first bugs are starting to come after us. Oh yeah, this is lots of fun. The ability to change the maze around and you're the one doing it is excellent. And we've already seen the other maze variation, Lock and Chase. I'd give this one even more marks because of how well it works. And then another one we played was Mousetrap. Mousetrap was pretty cool because the control panel had different colors on it. But this one, being able to, at will, move the maze around the way you want is awesome. It feels great. And we're playing Ladybug, but we really don't have a Ladybug. Who did the artwork for Ladybug? And who at Universal directed them to make this artwork? I want to know what they said to him. Oh, we missed one. Here we go. Let's see if we can go down and get it. There we go. Part 2. Eggplant. Good luck. So now we get different enemies. Oh, yeah, this is great. Really similar view field. Let me switch out the video because I'm tired of staring at insect glutes. We have different artwork as well. There we go. That's better. Now I can concentrate on my ladybugging. We played plenty of Pac-Man clones, and I gotta say, playing Ladybug in the arcade still feels really good. Play control is awesome. And it's fun being able to move the gates around whenever you want to, lock the enemies away. Can you even make a... Yeah, if you want to, you can even make a little hideaway to stay away from them. And the enemies do get faster and faster. You can see this one's starting to come after me. And they get smarter. The AI's done really well, too. Oh yeah, a blast. This is great. And so refreshing after so many games that were spotty, to say the least. And it could have easily been avoided. You just have to watch the gates, and you can do it. Oh man, yeah, this does it all. It's got the sound effects, it's got the music in front, the excellent maze gameplay. And every level you get to see a different thing to eat and different enemies. It's genius. Or maybe it's just refreshing after the other games we played in 81. Now the question is Ladybug in the arcade in the same ranks as Donkey Kong, Frogger, Galaga, Centipede? Is it up there with the other behemoths that are the best games you could play in 1981? Or is it just extremely good? Now, do they get blown up if they go over the skull, or is it just me that gets messed up? Oh yeah, see that AI? It's just done so well. And you just have a lot of fun because you have the ability to move the gates and make adjustments. See that? It's great. Yeah, it's awesome. Too much fun. All right. So that is a Ladybug. I would say one of the best games you could play in 1981. I wouldn't give it the full 5. It's tricky. It's between 4.5 and 5 for sure. Because if you think of the Donkey Kong, Frogger, and the other big ones out there, yeah. So I'm getting 4, 4.5, yeah. So because it's still a top-down maze game, it's up there with like the Lock and Chase games. I'm still going to say 4.5 stars. I couldn't go and say it's the best, but it's still very, very good. So 4.5 stars for Ladybug. Way to go, Ladybug. All right, with that, we've reached the end of our game playing this time. We're going to put our game playing on pause, but we got plenty more games to go through as we close out 1981. We're now in the L's, and we'll keep going, doing all the releases that are released at some point in 1981. Been having a blast getting ready for 1982. Oh man, there's a lot of games that'll be coming up, and we'll be ready for them. We're also going to be doing the best of 1981 by the time we get to the end. We've already amassed about 30, I think, games that have 5-star ratings in 81. That's how many good ones we have. So really excited for that. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, on Twitch and on YouTube. We will catch you next time. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we miss any games along the way. This video would not be possible without RetroArch and Launchbox. Please tell your friends there's some crazy guy out there trying to play every single video game. You can always check out Chronologically Gaming on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We will catch you next time.